Hi everyone, my name is Kelsey Kilgore. I'm a PhD candidate at the University of Toronto, and I do work as a teaching assistant and as the education coordinator for the Culinaria Research Center at UTSC. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make Poisson and Papillote, which sounds very fancy. It is a French restaurant dish, but it's very, very simple. So really it just means fish and paper, and it's about the technique more than any ingredients. In fact, it's a good recipe to use when you don't have a lot in your pantry. So for this dish, I would use the fish that hangs out in the back of my freezer that I don't use very often. But you can also cut up any pieces of meat nice and thin, or even add vegetables into this packet. So it's just a way of steaming those ingredients. It also uses any dried herbs that you have, so if you're not sure how to use something in your kitchen, this is a good place to experiment. So without further ado, Poisson en Papillote. So we're going to start by making our papillotes. We just have a little bit of parchment paper here. We are going to make our crease, and then we're going to cut out a little heart. Here we go. We have our papillotes. We're going to leave it over here, and we're going to prep our inside. So in this package, we are going to put a little bit of fat, some fresh herbs, this is just thyme, some onion, and some pretty manky looking lemon. So to prep this, we're going to put some butter down on the bottom. The fish will lay on this. Okay, got some for the top as well. And then this lemon, we want it to present well. So we're actually going to use a technique to take off the pith, that is the white bitter part. I'm going to put actually just a couple down on the base. We're going to lay a couple of sprigs of thyme to create our flavors, and we're going to cut our onion. I feel like I'm being watched, I'm going to be honest. Oh, hi Kenny. Did you smell the fish? Yeah, there must be food. Here's a Kenny. Oh, he's my helper. He's gonna help clean up. So we're gonna put some onions down, and then we're going to lay down our fish. Ideally only do one at a time, but I'm putting dinner together, so I'm gonna lay down a couple of these. A little salt, a little pepper, and then we're going to lay down the rest of our ingredients. So one of the things that's really neat about this dish too is that even though this is considered like a, the kind of dish you'd have in a fine dining French restaurant, it's following the same basic technique as a lot of street foods. So for example, like a lot of foods in the Philippines are served with banana leaves. You have lots of dishes served in banana leaves, and it's the same idea. It's supposed to be handheld, so the leaf gives you something to hold on to while you're on the go, whereas this is meant to be a sit-down wrapped dish. So similarities, similar base, different trajectories. So we're going to start at the top of the heart, and we're going to seal this up. And then we're just going to twist the tail just for fun. So I'm going to set that here to be put into the oven, but I actually have one finished. So I'm going to show us here. So at the table, as you can see, it's been cooked and it's just sitting there steaming. So at the table, the waiter would come by and open this up for the guests. So they'd start at the end and just cut all the way along. I got over enthusiastic about making this, so normally you'd have a little bit of steam puffing up. You can see those aromas. So the diner is going to get those aromas before he or she even bites into the fish. And as you can see, it's just a little contained fish dish. So there you go. You can do this one quite easily at home, and you can pick your seasonings. Again, I've just gone with thyme, lemon, and butter. Very trad, but it's more of a form and a method than a specific recipe, and it brings us right back to where restaurant dining meets street food, and then how they also diverge.